Well, hey there, everyone. Welcome on into VGMporium, video game music and more. I'm your host, Rage Cage, and I have another guest here with me, and we're going to be, I'm going to let him introduce himself because he's really good at that. So, you want to take it away?
Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from the East Coast, your VGM Fight Club champion, the Last Rican, a.k.a. Daryl Bowers, a.k.a. Mr. I'm not going to do that because I forgot to ask you, do I have to watch my language on this show?
No, most language I'm okay with. If it's like, the hard F, then I have a way of censoring it, so you're good.
All right, give me a hell yeah.
A hell yeah, go for it. Fucking do it.
So I honestly listened to the episode with Purnell.
Okay.
Good friend of Purnell, and like when I was listening to your episode, the bargain bin thing, it made me think about the game No More Heroes. Okay, because I found No More Heroes in a bargain bin.
Ooh.
Yeah. I went to GameStop, I was looking, and I was like, oh, I always wanted this, so I got it, which also came with No More Heroes 2 because they also had it there. And I was thinking, what wares would be nice for you to, put in your Emporium? Over-the-top characters.
Ooh, yes. Yeah, I was all in on this when you brought this one up, and because I was thinking of bringing a No More Heroes track on because I'm currently playing through the game. I'm now on to number 3 because I played Travis Strikes again, and now I'm playing 3. But no, it'd be too on the nose. Too on the nose.
I mean, I did originally when I submitted my tracksuit, I did have No More Heroes on there. The main theme, and I took it off because I chose something else that was a little bit better, but I'm still playing through the first game, but I'm a fan of professional wrestling, WWE, AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, all those characters over the top, so I thought to myself, man, over the top characters, that's your personality, my personality, Purnell's personality even. And this track we're playing in, which is called Gale 2 from the game Blazblu. Let me pull it up. I had this in my notes. Yeah. Blazblu Chronophatasm Extend. Jesus with these names. Composed by Daisuke Ishiwatari and Galneryus. And this is the theme of Bang Shishigami. Okay. Now, have you ever played any of the Blazblu games?
I played the first 2.
Okay, so these are spiritual successors to Guilty Gear for those who don't know. So, of course, Daisuke Ishiwatari's on the, composer. Every track in the game is just full of rock and just it's awesome. But bang! Let me tell you about this man. He's a ninja with a giant nail on his back.
Yeah.
He throws nails at people, and his finisher is known as the. I also had this up here too. His finisher is known as the. I had it right here. I feel so terrible because I had it right here.
Nail biter? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was called, was it called the nail biter? All right, here it goes.
Come on.
Oh, it's called Burning Heart.
Burning Heart?
Burning Heart.
That don't sound very naily to me.
He literally just throws anime opening music plays in the background, and he runs forward and he punches you. So.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, he's one of the, most over-top, and this is a game full of people who command puppets,
sentient puppets, giant swords, a
sentient bow
Lolita
staff.
Vampire. Yeah.
Oh God, what's her name? Rachel Alucard.
My
friend Sean, shout out to him if he's listening. He uses her and he wrecks shop with her.
Oh jeez.
But yeah, so Bang deserves place on your shelf.
Oh yeah.
I figured we close out. We get rid of this whole section of flight simulator games. We're just gonna throw that off to the side. How much should we sell this for? That is the question.
Selling it for? I don't know, man. You heard, if you listen to the episode with Burnell, I got I got a list and it has prices and I have no prices. How am I supposed to know how much to sell this thing for?
Well, if we go by market value of what collectors do, we just overprice it. That apparently seems to be the thing now.
Yeah, I think I want to avoid kind of going into that style of thing. I want to underprice it. This is an Emporium. You're supposed to find weird, cheap shit here. Let's say either maybe 3 Zenny or the equivalent, maybe 20 LB dollars. I don't know.
I'll give you 15. We'll sell this for 15 gil.
All right, you got it. You set
15 gig.
Set the price. We'll see if it sells, and if you got it, hey, you'll get, I don't know, you'll get some kind of cut. I don't know how this place works.
Look, I'll just be glad to get rid of this man. Like, he runs around my house with a giant nail and literally just a loincloth sometimes. I'm like, bang, put on some clothes. I have children here.
You know, sometimes you just gotta deal with the, with the occasional naked shinobi with the nails on the back.
Speaking of shinobi, we will probably play your track next, which, man, you want to talk about over the top characters.
Over the top is horribly correct. So, yeah, one of the first ones that came to mind for me was, he's one of Mario's nemesis, and now currently kind of like anti-hero rival, friendly rival thing. I don't know what to call him. He's basically supposed to be the anti-Mario. He's big, he's smelly. We're gonna play a track from Wario Land 4. This is Boss Battle, composed by Ryoji Yoshitomi. So that was Boss Battle from Wario Land 4, composed by Ryoji Yoshitomi. And like I said, the first thing I thought when you said over-the-top characters with Wario, because, God, this game was just crazy, all over the top. If you've played it, have you played this one?
No, it's funny. So the only Wario games I have actually played, oddly enough, was what's it? The one that's on the GameCube, WarioWare, I think, the first one.
Wario World.
Well, yeah, and Wario World. My brother David had that game, and his favorite thing was doing like the spinning pile driver on like the Triceratops. But he never beat the game. Like, yeah, although it was weird because like Wario's one of them characters, like he came out and it was like, oh, it's like you said, the anti-Mario.
Yeah.
And then somewhere along the way, he just became, because I think, when was his first like?
It was Wario Land on the game, or it was Super Mario Land 3 Wario Land on the Game Boy.
Yeah, which was really weird. It's like Super Mario Land 3, Wario Land. What?
Yeah, it was a way to like bring it in, and then they did Wario Land 2, and then that was like its own thing, and like a lot of people probably were put off by it because, you know, you couldn't die on it, and they were like, this is not a game, you can't die, but it was more of like a puzzle platformer.
Yeah.
And then same with Wario Land 3, adding more like exploration stuff, and then Wario Land 4 comes out, and it's back to being like kind of a, you know, you have a health bar. Not so much exploration, you have like, you know, like set stages, they're not like, you know, multiple versions of them, but
yeah,
it's just everything about this game is just insane. Like, you know, the color, the way how everything looks. Wario himself is just like animated, just so crazy. Like, you know, he gets like his arms get huge when he's doing stuff, like all the transformations, like if you get stung by a bee, got hit by fire, get hit by a zombie, a blat, whatever, just all the transformations. So
yep.
Just like and then the bosses themselves are just insane. Like the first boss you fight is this like little sleepy little eggplant, and then the more you hurt it, the more its face kind of gets a little crazier until finally its just mouth is just gaping open with fangs, and its eyes are all just spiraling crazy and stuff, and it's just it's
wow. You know, well, now that you're able to play Game Boy Advance games on the Switch, hopefully this will come to that so I can actually get a chance to play it. Otherwise, I can like emulate it.
Yeah, and you know, and Game Boy Advance emulators are working pretty good now, so they've been working really good. They were like, I mean, I think they had an emulator for it out before even the Game Boy Advance came out.
Oh yeah. Speaking of the Game Boy Advance, I remember one time I heard Purnell and Rob talk about Game Boy Advance was basically like a portable Super Nintendo, and that to me is like the best way of describing that thing.
Yeah, you could say that. Like, you know, visually, yeah, but sound-wise, not so much, but yeah.
You know, I always hear everyone complain about the Game Boy Advance sound, and to me,
well, I'm not complaining about it, but yeah, no, go ahead. Sorry,
No, you're good. Like I hear people complain about it. Some people like it, some people don't. It's like hit or miss with some. For me, I never really had an issue with the sound. I mean, certain games were like, like I could give one example. What was that called? There's a Lord of the Rings game that I borrowed from a friend. And, like, the sound on that was horrendous. Like, horrible. But then you get games like Metroid Fusion where the sound is beautiful.
Metroid Fusion, or even like Mega Man Battle Network, even.
Yes.
Like, that's like the perfect example of, like, using the Game Boy Advance's sound hardware right, because, like, they're using the rec sound, which are, like, the sample channels, mainly for, like, sound bites. So samples or maybe slightly, sequence music, and then using the DMG, which is like the Game Boy sound, like so the square wave, the wave channel, the noise, for like kind of the main melodies and stuff. But yeah, with the Game Boy Advance sound hardware, you know, I love it. Like, you know, even like with the compressed sounding samples, like with this one, you hear like that little kind of warm fuzziness in the background.
Yeah.
And this is all like sequence music played through that direct sound. You know, I love it. But with like Super Nintendo, I think people knocked it because, like, you know, they'll say it's like a portable Super Nintendo. It sounds like it, but like with Super Nintendo, it had its own like eight channels of like, you know, sampled audio. But with this, like, they had to sequence it and then put it through the direct sound that they wanted to have play the whole music. So that's why like it sounded so degraded, you know, for those Super Nintendo ports, and people probably were like, yeah.
So the weird thing is, like, when I hear like you and Rob Nichols and other people, like even Ed Wilson, talk about like sound waves and square, I'd be like, I'm lost, but sounds good.
Yeah. All right, that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Okay, I give it the Rican seal of approval.
People didn't see it. We both gave it the thumbs up. Just imagine like Orange Cassidy, just with sunglasses, just.
Oh, geez, now you've lost me. I know where you say, like, you know, I'm like, you know, we talk about sound hardware and you're lost. You talk about wrestlers and I'll be pretty lost.
Hey, but you knew it was a wrestler.
Yeah, I knew he was a wrestler. I just don't know what wrestler. I don't know who he is.
He's just literally a guy who literally he does a thumb up and he like wears shades and like sometimes it just he's a great wrestler. He just had a good match with a guy named Willer Yuta last night. So, but Now, speaking of wrestling, like, I am a child, like you, like, we're 80s babies, and we grew up during the 90s. One thing other than professional wrestling that was prevalent during the 90s was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they are, man, like, if you know a kid from the 90s, and they don't like the Ninja Turtles, it's very rare, or haven't heard of them. Okay, they were like what Pokemon is now. That's what Ninja Turtles was back during that time. And even now, the Ninja Turtles are still a thing. Case in point, last year's Shredder's Revenge.
Ooh, I see
which,
this.
Incredible game. With an incredible soundtrack. Which, you had the Wu-Tang Clan on this soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't bring Wu-Tang tonight, okay? I was, but that could always be a different episode, like hip-hop and games, okay? What I brought, though, was a gentleman that worked on another series I like, Sonic the Hedgehog, who did the soundtrack for Sonic Mania.
Yep.
So, the track that we're about to play is called Panic in the Sky from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, done by T. Lopes, and with vocals by Jonny, Atma, and this is like the most Saturday morning cartoon-esque track there is. It is literally over the top with the vocal, just man, like. So I hope, had to bring this to the shop, over the top.
All right, here we go. So, where'd you go? Okay, here we go. So, folks, that was Panic in the Sky from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, composed by T. Lopes, and with vocals by Jonny, Atma.
Turtle
and
Power.
Turtle Power!
That was actually really good!
Thank you.
So, this particular track, especially because this game actually means a lot to me. So, I have, I'm expecting my 4th biological child, but I have 6 kids. Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I recently adopted a 6-month. Well, he'll be 6 months. He'll be 7 months on 11th of March. And then I have like someone that I consider a daughter from a previous relationship. So my 2 oldest sons, Eric and Stelios, they stay with me for the summer, and we were playing through this game, and it's the first game that I played with them through from start to finish. And we beat.
Nice.
So, like, that was a special moment for me. Because, they're getting to that age where like they like to play video games now and stuff. So like,
Yeah.
you know, I figure, okay, this is a game. And at first, like, they struggled a bit, but they got better and they started working together and stuff. Although had to deal with the occasional, hey, I need life. You grab the pizza.
It's never. That's one thing that'll be always the same, no matter what year, decade, or generation it is.
Oh, okay.
That was my pizza.
Yeah. Okay. So, you ever play Castle Crashers?
No, I haven't.
All right. So, Castle Crashers side scroll and beat 'em up. You can play up to 4 players. My brother David, he would have a saying during Castle Crashers because when you get to the end of a level after you beat a boss, you get treasure and food. But then you have to fight over who gets to kiss the princess.
Oh, no.
So everyone had, like, once you rescue the princess, you all have to fight over to see who gets to kiss the princess. And David would literally have this statement, I will share food, I will share gold. I ain't sharing kisses.
Oh, that is ridiculous. Oh, God.
But yeah, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles about as over the top as you get. This whole game was over the top. They did so many callbacks. So, man, it was so good. The voice acting, the music, the gameplay, the call. You got to, spoiler warnings, it's been about a year. You fight Super Shredder at the end of the game.
Well, of course. I mean, what else? Why wouldn't he be there? I mean, the little I played of it, I played maybe like, I was playing it with my brother-in-law, and we played about maybe 5 stages, because like that's all we could get in. And just all the little references I saw in the background, like, you know, like I was kind of distracted from playing because I was just seeing all the little things in the background that he wasn't catching because, you know, he didn't really grow up with it as much as you know, as I did. But yeah, it's just there was just so much love and caring attention just put into it, not only for like, you know, like the show references, but like the comic and the other video games and just all the other things. Just like even like the characters, the boss characters they had in there were just like, you know, what? Like
just the whole game was a love letter. They did it right.
Oh yeah.
And this game, the crazy thing is, the game itself is $25. Is $25. Like the game could have, they could have sold it for $40. I'd have bought it.
Damn. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking about. I'm considering maybe getting it, but I want to. I don't know. Like I said,
You want to catch it on sale?
Yeah, I want to catch it on sale, and right now I'm freaking like, you know, over the head deep in No More Heroes right now, so.
hey, man, look, I have my fiance all the time. Hi, honey. Tell me, you know, finish the games you start.
Yeah.
All the time. My backlog is ridiculous. Like, for instance, you've heard of 4 for February.
Yep, I'm doing that right now. I'm actually doing the last one with Decap Attack, which Pernell and I talked about on the.
Yeah, I heard y'all talk about.
Yeah.
A game I've never played, honestly.
It's a bizarre game. It's a bizarre game. Definitely emulate it. You know, I don't know if it's available on the Switch thing, but, you know, emulate it. It's definitely worth a play because it's just so weird and bizarre.
You know, hey, one for my 4 for February. Although it wasn't on my list, I did beat Dead Space Remake.
Nice.
Because I'm a huge fan of Dead Space, so.
Hell yeah.
I'm working my way up to trying to play through it on impossible difficulty because the way it was in original, and because I beat the original impossible difficulty.
Okay.
They changed how impossible difficulty works on this one because it's permadeath.
Damn.
And you only get 1 save file.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Take my time with you, but
yeah.
I believe it's your track next. What you got for the wares? Because I'm gonna give this away for free because this game was only $25, so I'm gonna give it away for free.
All right, so what I got here next for you, and this is, speaking of overtop, yeah, this guy here. Okay, so this is In the Hall of the King, Pridemoore Keep, and this is from Shovel Knight, the particularly Specter of Torment, and this is composed by Jake Kaufman, aka Virt. Okay, so that, my dear listeners, was In the Halls of the King, Pridemoore Keep, from Shovel Knight, Specter of Torment. And this is composed by Jay Kaufman, aka Virt. And if anybody who's played this game knows that this is the theme of the level that when you, for the character King Knight, who is everything plus over the top. I mean, this guy is just pompous. He's a dandy. He's full of himself. He's just so. I mean, you hear him talk. He's all into himself. He's not like, he's just, and it's fun to play as him in King of Cards. He is a delight to play as. He's like one of my favorite DLCs on this game.
So, I have a confession to make, and I might catch some flash for this. I've never played Shovel Knight. I eventually I'll get around to. There's a lot, like, my backlog is, I mean, it's nowhere near Purnell's. That poor man. Like, if Purnell had 3 months of paid vacation and could just sit in his house and play games, he probably put barely, and I mean barely, a dent in his backlog because he has an issue of playing things on nightmare difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
I, on the other hand, will play a game just to play a game. Like, if I just point over here to my shelf and just go like this, and I just knock something over, and okay, I've actually beaten this. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, so I've actually beaten that.
Oh, jeez.
I got so many, the collection just keeps growing. Like, I'm still on Elden Ring, or as we call it in this house, Elden Merc. Godskin Duo, just hate them so much. But I beat Melania. That should count as beating the game.
Probably. I haven't played it at all. I don't know much about it, but what I do know about is this very game I'm telling you right here. So.
Yeah. So, like, all right. So, from what I know about Shovel Knight, you're a knight, and you were friends with it's a female knight. I forget what.
Yeah, Shield Knight.
Shield Knight, and then like I guess other knights like. You're on a quest for justice?
Yeah, so what happens is that Shield Knight disappears, and then the Enchantress appears, and then the Order of No Quarter, which are the 8 knights, show up, which King Knight is one of them. Okay. And then you have to go through and beat them all Mega Man style, though it has a map like Mario Land or Super Mario 3.
Wow.
And also the gameplay, so it mixes gameplays of like Mega Man and DuckTales and just so many other things, and it's just kind of like another, like how Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge was a love letter to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
This game is very much a love letter to like those 8-bit classics, like those really high, like, you know, high level, like not high level, but like high polish platformer action games.
Wow. Okay.
And then there's multiple DLCs. So there was a Plague of Shadows, Specter of Torment, which this version of this song is from. With like Specter of Torment had its own versions of the level themes from, like, you know, different from Shovel Knight, and then the recent one, which was only 2 years ago, was King of Cards, where you get to play as King Knight. And his story is just ridiculous. He's like wanting to become like king of everything, but everybody sees him as a hero because he's going through taking out all these different big bosses. And he has like gets like this huge group, like this airship and a huge group put up, and like they see him as this hero, but he's actually doing everything because he just wants to be on top. He's all about himself. He doesn't care about anything or anyone else. He just cares about himself.
Oh my god.
And he'll do whatever he can to just be on the top, and he's just over the top.
That is the most professional wrestling background ever.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I'd imagine if he was a professional wrestler, yeah, he'd be like, you know, the ultimate like
heel.
Yeah, the heel.
He'd be the ultimate heel. He's what they So in wrestling, you have baby faces, which is a good guy. Heels are the bad guys, and you have the heel that pretends to be a baby face, but he's actually a heel just to get ahead.
Oh jeez. He's not pretending. He's just going full on. Oh yeah, the Gilded Buffoon, I think, is what he's called. Something like that. I can't remember what I don't know. There's just a really good name for him that they refer to him in the game. But God. But yeah, no, playing as him was ridiculous fun because he has like a dash attack, like you dash and like hit things with your shoulder, a la Wario. But then after that, he lunges in the air and spins, and then you can bounce off things with that spin, and you can just keep going. And then like all his different like tools and special weapons that he gets that you can use are just just like one of them is like horns that blur out with confetti that fall out because, you know, they're announcing the king. Yeah, no, it's just,
oh my god,
it's ridiculous. And then one of the things is that you the thing they added in this is I forget the name of the game, but it's like an actual card game inside the game. Like, so you actually go through, collect cards, play other people at these locations where you could like you have card tournaments. So you play through like the different peoples until you get
Brackets
to
or
the
whatever.
top in that place. Yeah. So yeah, no, that DLC was just ridiculous, stupid ridiculous.
All right, I'm gonna have to definitely give it a look, see. But like, yeah, I'm so basic. I mean, first off, you're like, it's the Super Mario Brothers 3 map. I'm like, done, sold. I didn't need to hear nothing else. Oh my god, just so. But let's see, what else? Let me reach into my bag. All right, so. This one we're like, so in a sense, I kind of did a thing without even realizing it, where I started from like years ago to more of a current year. Well, in a sense, but in terms of like graphical power, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So like you look at games like Blazblu, where it's 2D fighter that looks damn near anime-like, same like Dragon Ball Fighters and all that. And then I go to Shredder's Revenge, where it's basically 16-bit glory.
More like 32-bit, like if Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was on the Sega Saturn, much how like Sonic Mania was.
Which I have to make a quick little side note. I have a Sega Saturn and a Dreamcast. And I came to the realization the only reason why I don't play them as often as I should is because I've become so bougie. Because I hate the idea of having to deal with a controller that has a wire and sitting damn near in front of the TV. Like, I can't sit from the comfort of my couch and play it.
Come on, man. Like, there's been years and years and years of development. I imagine, like, there's somebody who's made a third-party dongles where you can plug in wireless.
It's just, they're like $50 though.
Oh,
like,
shit. Okay, yeah, no, I got you now.
Kids. I got kids, man.
You got kids. You got kids to feed.
I got kids. Like, I feed them VGM tracks. That's why I came here. I have to offload some of this. I got this other kid on the way. I need money.
All right. So what's this next one you're looking to make some scratch off of?
Well, this is from what I would say was my favorite soundtrack of. This came out 2021, so I would say this game soundtrack was my favorite soundtrack of 2021. This is from Guardians of the Galaxy, the video game, and the track is called Zero to Hero. And it's composed by Starlord.
She said, son, you'll always be on the road. Your daddy was a
Dear God, Commissioner, what was that you exposed me to?
Oh yeah! I'll tell you what that was. That came from the mountaintops on high of the rock gods. That was Zero to Hero from Guardians of the Galaxy, done by Starlord. And my fiance is over here cracking up. Oh, you were sneezing? Okay.
Jokes on you, Rican.
Yeah, jokes on me. But I still have this game. As I should have put this on my 4th for February. I still have this game, and so the game is comprised of mainly 80s and 70s rock music. Okay, a lot of stuff from that era, and the creators of the game made their own band and made this track and one other, and they're just awesome tracks. But when I think of an over-the-top character, Peter Quill, Starlord. Matter of fact, every character on Guardians of the Galaxy, even Groot, where all he says is, I am Groot. They're all the most over-the-top characters. You have Drax, who literally takes everything literally. Gamora, the daughter of Thanos. Yeah, Rocket Raccoon, he likes to blow things up.
Hey, a raccoon augmented by cybernetics. How over top is that?
I can't wait for the movie.
Oh man.
For the movie.
I don't know.
But I'm a huge comic book nerd, so.
Okay, so you're really familiar with these characters' backstories outside of the MCU, which most everybody in popular culture is aware of them.
For the most part, I did backtrack and learn a few things after the first movie. I'm okay, so I know who these characters are and stuff like that. So, I don't know them as well as other people. They're what I call in the Marvel comic book universe, the intergalactic people, like Nova, Ronan the Destroyer, Galactus, Silver Surfer, all those guys. Okay, that's that part. I kind of stay away from that because it's doesn't interest me, but man, he's Star-Lord, man. His character in the game is about is how Chris Pratt is in the
Oh,
movies.
jeez. Okay.
Which, speaking of Chris Pratt, and we were talking about Jack Black.
Yep.
While the song was playing. How are you feeling about the Super Mario Brothers movie?
I don't know. I kind of, seeing some of the the promo stuff for it, the last promo they did, the actual Mario Brothers plumbing commercial. That
Yes.
thing, that had a lot of character and was okay, I kind of can see that. But as far as the actual acting and what they're gonna sound like, is Chris Pratt actually gonna just be Chris Pratt with an Italian accent? What's he gonna do?
Yes, I do believe what you said. It's we're just gonna hear Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah.
The only thing he got right was the scene where the clip in the trailer, he goes woohoo,
Yeah.
and then drives off in the cart. That's it. I'm oh god, this.
Oh man. Well, kind of maybe bring the topic up to something a little more pleasant.
Yeah. Video.
Speaking of voice
okay,
actors and nailing it, nailing it. The next track I got here for you is Theme of Dan from Street Fighter V Champions Edition. Championship Edition? Not quite sure.
Championship Edition.
Championship Edition. Let me start over. Okay, so this is Theme of Dan from Street Fighter V Championship Edition. And the original theme was composed by Naoshi Mizuta, and this version was arranged by Yoshiya Terayama. So that was Theme of Dan from Street Fighter V Championship Edition. And that was originally composed by Naoshi Mizuta and arranged by Yoshiya Terayama. And yes, when over-the-top characters, Dan Hibiki is over-the-top incarnate. Mostly.
I forget,
Hardly.
Pretty
much.
What is his school of fighting again?
Saikyo.
The Saikyo
He is the master of the Saikyo style. Yeah. and his only students, unofficially, against their will, basically, is Sakura and Blanca, who he calls Jimmy. And they're both really good buddies.
Oh god.
Blanca and Don. They're best buds.
Somewhere Rob Nichols is smiling right now.
I don't know.
I know. I think my favorite version of Dan is from Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yeah.
Because he has a raging demon-like attack.
Oh, yeah. No, okay, I remember that, yeah.
Where he blows himself up. Android 16 style.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, my God.
It's stupid. No, this guy he's very much like King Knight. He's
just
not aware of how much of a buffoon he is. He thinks he's the best, and that's all there is. Nothing's going to stop him.
I don't know what's more over the top about him. The fact that in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, he throws autographs at you as a projectile attack. Or the fact he thinks Akuma is his father.
Oh, well, yeah, you're aware that was a whole parody on the ending of Art of Fighting with, Ryo Sasaki fighting Mr. Karate, and then his sister Yuri coming in and saying, "Stop, Ryo, that's our father!" And it reveals that, it's Mr. Karate is their father, and so that was the whole joke at the end of X-Men versus Street Fighter. I love this guy. I love, I enjoy playing as him, in any, Capcom fighting game that has him in there. I just happen to I like to play as him because he's just fun to play as. No, it's just because he's just so, ridiculous and underpowered. And, a lot of people take pride in being able to, master him and, kick people's asses with this joke character.
Yeah, there's a lot of fighting games have joke characters, which I always find funny. And I think the ultimate matchup the world has been waiting for is Hercule versus Dan Hibiki.
Well, that has happened on Deathmatch.
Oh, yeah, it did.
Yeah.
I gotta go rewatch that. Oh man, I forgot who won. Oh my god, Death Battle. I love Death Battle.
Death
so
Battle.
Much.
I know it's been so long since I've watched it. I kind of fell off of it.
Dude,
there's a few things I've kind of fallen off of, but
they've done a lot since the time, and there's been a few where I'm like, I don't like this outcome, but I will say this: Death Battle definitely they do their homework. But yeah, Dan Hibiki.
Yeah.
He is he's over the top, but he's also iconic because, again, this was a guy that was made as a joke character, as a dig to SNK, as you said. And now he's prominent in Street Fighter lore.
Yeah.
He was a DLC character for Street Fighter V.
Yeah, I mean, and they put love into him. This theme right here, my God, I love it. It's it's that New Jack Swing. Really kind of New Jack Swing R&B.
Yeah.
Kind of semi-electro sound here. And then his, just like I said, I haven't gotten to play him. I only played Street Fighter V when it initially came out. Mm-hmm. But just watching gameplay stuff and then people play as him and just all the weird little things they have him do, when he does a throw and then he just throws his arm back, and then his stances and stuff, and then all his taunts and one of his super specials, his top super special. It's just a constant roll, taunt, and then ends with a jump where he's just got his hand to his ear and he's just like, whoosha!
Oh God, I gotta be honest. I don't know if I'm ready for Street Fighter 6. I'll see. That's how I feel about it because it looks good. But I'm not too pressed about it because after what they did with Street Fighter V, I'm let me wait till after this comes out to see how y'all do.
It looks like they are planning to do that with the whole open world thing where you get to create your own character. You have the whole arena setting where you have all the arcade machines to be able to play PvP stuff, and then they're coming out strong with the roster and stuff, actually hyping them up, and so it looks like you said, they learned their lesson from 5 and are kind of giving a more fully featured game from the get-go.
My only issue right now though with Capcom is, all right, so y'all did this and y'all even gave us Akira from Rival Schools. Okay.
Yeah.
So why can't we get a Project Justice or Rival Schools remaster? Or why can't we get a new Darkstalkers? I mean, they re-released, what was it, Capcom Fighting Collection. I'm like, all right, I'm fine with this. I'm good. I get to play Red Earth finally. But at the same time, it's like, what? It just agitates me because Capcom's always about like milking they're milking the fans for money. Y'all like money?
Yeah.
Give us Darkstalkers.
They like money.
Give us Project. Look, if they drop a remaster of Project Justice tomorrow, the internet would break. Twitter would shut down. So, just regardless, but we're talking about over-the-top characters, although those are over-the-top games, and Dan Hibiki is definitely one of those over-the-top characters, and it saddens me because there are so many good Capcom games that we can't play anymore.
Yeah.
Just why? But these are the wares that I've presented. You know, we got rid of the airplane simulation section because that's all elevator music and stuff. So we'll put these here.
Hey, that has its merits. Don't throw that out, man. It's like,
let's think of it this logically. When's the last time you've been in an elevator and it was actually elevator music?
Yesterday there was no music. Okay, you got me.
I have yet to be in an elevator and there's elevator music. I am 36 years old. I've never been in an elevator with elevator music.
Oh God! Maybe we just came into the world too late.
I don't know, man. Like I would think with technology, you get an elevator and they ask, "What floor would you like to go to?" I mean, you could walk in your house and be like, "Alexa, turn on the lights." So, but yeah. So these are my wares I've brought. The over the top. I did have another topic for you that you might be able to do yourself or with someone else.
Yeah.
So, you already did giant robots.
Yes, I did.
What do giant robots usually fight?
Kaiju.
There's your topic.
There's my topic.
Kaiju.
You know, but hey, Kaiju. You know who I know can take on Kaiju, even though he's not a giant robot, but is just a mere man.
A man among men.
But he is beyond men.
He is beyond.
He is a man truly beyond men. Who is this man I speak of?
He is none other than Segata Sanshiro.
Segata Sanshiro.
I try to do as much research as I can to find who composed this, and this is what I came up with. Okay, so this is the Segata Sanshiro Theme. This was a single that they made for the Sega Saturn, and from what I found, it was written by Koji Ando and composed and arranged by Fumio Okui, I think. And the vocals is done by Ichiro Tomita. So sit back, throw your fist in the air, and pour one out for the Sega Saturn.
魂込めた一人の男が今日も行く真面目に遊ばぬ奴らには体で覚えさせるぞセガタ三四郎セガタ三四郎セガサタン四郎カラオケナンパにクラブ他にすることあるだろうが触れなきゃ遊べぬやつらには心に問いかけるぞセガタ三四郎セガタ三四郎セガサタン四郎若者よ真剣に取り組んでいるものがあるか命がけで打ち込んでいるものがあるかセガサターンしろ指が折れるまで指が折れるまで切な の快楽追い続けても虚しい余生が残るだけとことん極めぬ奴らには体に叩き込むぞセガタ三四郎セガタ三四郎セガサタン四郎白い浮雲真っ赤にたぎる遊びの地途中で投げ出す奴らには体で覚えさせるぞセガタ三四郎セガタ三四郎セガサタン四郎セガタ三四郎セガタ三四郎セガサタン
Do you feel that, Rage? Do you feel it?
I'm feeling it deep in my soul. I'm feeling
the chills.
I feel the chills. I feel the power. I feel the might running through me of Segata Sanshiro. So that was the Segata Sanshiro theme, or famous Segata Sanshiro theme, from the Sega Saturn or Sega Nation. And this was written by Koji Ando, composed and arranged by Fumio Okui, and performed by Ichiro Tomita, as according to the information that you're able to find.
Man, and so it was weird. So I was doing some more research for the track, and I looked into the guy that plays Segata Sanshiro, and so one of my favorite things of all time is like Power Rangers or Tokatsu thing, you know, like Masked Rider.
Whole like the whole Sentai thing, yeah.
Yeah, he's been a Masked Rider.
Oh, okay.
He has been a Masked Rider, and his son. The actor's actual son has played as Segata Sanshiro's actual son, and has also played as the son of the Masked Rider he played.
Oh, jeez.
Like, this is fucking awesome.
Oh, man.
So, like, oh my god, just yeah, this track, like, first off, this guy is over the top. He shoulder throws people and they explode. He beats up school kids who don't play Sega Saturn. Okay, like he carries a giant Sega Saturn controller along with Sega Saturn on his back, and he punches the controller to train.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you know, memories to Segata Sanshiro. He saved Sega HQ from a missile, and like, you know, he flew up into space with it, and it blew up, all to save them so they could release the Sega Dreamcast, even though it was ending the very thing that was his soul.
Let me make something very clear to you people out there. First off, the only reason why the Dreamcast failed over the PS2 is because the PS2 had a DVD player. Second Dreamcast was a superior system, in my opinion. The better system.
It was a mighty system. First time like to have like an actual built-in modem for online play. The like, you know, the graphics on it, like, you know, really amazing. You had a VMU. Visual memory card unit you could play games on during the time of Tamagotchi and Digivices. Yeah.
Okay? You had 4 controller ports. You know what didn't have 4 controller ports? PlayStation 2.
You had to get a dongle.
You know what didn't have a built-in modem? PlayStation 2. You had to get that big brick and put it on the back of it. And that came out years after the fact with Final Fantasy 11. Y'all crapped on the Dreamcast for the PS2, and this man died for us, and y'all should be ashamed.
Ashamed.
Shame. This man literally flew into space on a missile to save us, and y'all even can't take a moment to acknowledge his sacrifice.
Oh, and like I said, the man was, his soul was the Sega Saturn, and the Sega Saturn, in retrospect, was a mighty system.
Yes,
was a beautiful system.
Like I said, I have mine. I bought it a couple years ago from an event that Purnell told me about, Too Many Games.
Oh dang!
I got mines, and I had I think it's Stephen Miller, if I'm correct.
Uh-huh.
He's a fan of Rhythm and Pixels as well.
Yeah.
He sold me his retro. It's a pack thing that goes into the back of the Saturn, so I can play repro disc and imported things.
Oh,
and
wow.
I imported Cyberbots, and I got a repro of Marvel vs. Street Fighter. I also have Darkstalkers and WWE the arcade.
Oh, dang.
Game. Like, I really need to play this thing. I also have a fight stick for this thing.
Oh, jeez, man. What is swapping you? No,
Wires!
I for a short time had a Sega Saturn, but it was because a friend of mine, like, kind of sold it to me for maybe like $10 because he was just kind of offloading stuff and moving, and I never actually really got to play it until, like, since, like, before, because, like, when he was, like, selling it to me, we ended up just playing it a little bit, and then I took it in this little rolling bag he gave me and ended up in storage, and then I finally reconnected with him. Like, actually, he was on my show, Wade, back in, like, yeah, like, I don't know if you've listened to that episode. It was like,
I'm still getting through your backlog.
Yeah, inexplicably cute sounds, and, we reconnected after a few years. Like, he's living in Oakland and stuff, and on one of my runs, like, because for my job I do like permit running, so I'm driving all over, like, North California.
Oh, wow.
And I just brought it with me, and I just took it to him in Oakland and gave it back to him. He was like, "This is yours. I'm not using it. You can put more love into this thing."
You're a better man than me. Like,
yeah.
I just bought a new 4K TV because it was only like 200 and some change. And I hooked my PS5 up to it, and I realized, oh crap, this thing doesn't have the RGB ports in the back. So I had to go buy a convert. I bought a converter off of Amazon. I'm like, my bed's close enough to this. And I have my PS2 in here already. So I'm thinking about putting a Dreamcast and the Saturn in there. So, like, I have an excuse to play these now.
Yeah.
Because, again, as we stated, I'm bougie, and wireless controllers have spoiled me. Listen, you don't understand. As a kid, look, when we were kids, we're sitting there cross-legged playing the game systems, you're fine. As a 36-year-old man trying to do that, man, look, I literally have had my kids have to help me get off the floor. Trying to sit down there and play Legos.
You got it. Man, you got to do some yoga. I know you're into that wrestling, but hey, yoga's the place. Trust me.
Let the Rican tell you something, Rage Cage. The Rican ain't got time for yoga. He gets up, he's banging and clanging in the bathroom because he has to do his business in the morning. I'm brushing the teeth. I grab me a monster. I get in the car. The Rican gets to work. He makes 1 delivery, 2 deliveries, 3 regardless. But like,
oh jeez. But no, back to this glorious man. I gotta say.
Yes. Just. You know what saddens me? So we've had like games like I'm trying to think. You've had like Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing. Okay.
Yeah.
You have characters from all various different types. You even have Wreck-It Ralph and Danica Patrick in this game. But we don't have Segata Sanshiro as a driver.
What?
You can see him in the level. I think you can see he makes an appearance in one of the levels on the same rocket he was on to save us.
Okay, that's.
But he's not in the game as a driver.
I mean, that would make sense to have him, like, be like one of his vehicles being that rocket.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
A Sega Saturn on wheels.
Yeah, Sega Saturn on wheels, and then, like, for his flight thing being a rocket.
Just, like, this guy, just this character, like, and the thing is, again, like, just think about this, how iconic it is. This wasn't even in a video game. This was a commercial.
Only like Japan exclusive commercials, and like that's the thing. Like that's another thing that's kind of missing nowadays. Is it's just these weird commercials, like mascots that are like I don't know if anybody else has done this, but I don't watch TV actually.
Here's the thing, like, so it's weird because I do watch some television because I got kids, so cartoons and wrestling and football. It's weird because it's like you said, like things that we don't have no more. Like video game magazines are shit now.
Yeah.
No one reads Game Informer. It's literally just, oh, we're gonna push a product. It used to be, hey, here's these games. Like I miss tips and tricks.
No, yeah.
Video game commercials are few and far. We don't have those weird, quirky video game commercials. Actually, no, correction. There was one commercial recently. Do you watch Supernatural?
No, like I said, I don't watch TV at all. I stream a lot of stuff. Under the table, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. Like we make commission here. We pay for our streaming services, but no one's pirating anything here.
Oh no! I'm a legitimate business. I don't do no pirating around here. I don't even know any pirates. What are pirates doing here? I'm landlocked. Pirates are on the ocean.
ignore those laptops in the back with the Pirate Bay. That's just a screensaver. We just gonna close this door here.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
They do some quirky commercials sometimes, but it's like, it's not how it was. Like, what was it? I'm trying to think. Crash Bandicoot commercials when Crash Bandicoot first came out.
The guy in the costume and everything with like the whole like his face just sticking out of the teeth.
Yeah, Spyro the Dragon. We don't have that anymore. I don't know what it is, but like that spark is gone. And don't get me wrong, the game industry is okay. There's nothing. I mean, we're here obviously because of video games.
Yep.
But I do miss the way things used to be. I think that's why I'm still like more leaning towards like retro stuff than like newer stuff. Like,
yeah, I can get you on that.
And this track just, and all the tracks I played honestly tonight reminds me of, you know, a bygone, which is weird now. We're the old people now.
Yeah. Like, you know, we're the
bygone era.
The bygone era, yes.
The bygone, like, I said something to my fiance the other day. It's like, hey, babe, I'll make you a mix CD. Why? Well, because you have a CD player in your car.
Oh, no.
A
mix CD.
Like, I mean, I'll get, but regardless, I do appreciate you.
Oh, yeah.
Come into the store and share my wares, you know, over time.
Yeah. No, this is what the VGMporium is all about. Just having, like, you know, originally it was me just wanting to share, like, my kind of weird taste in music. And then, like, now that I'm able to bring other people in here to kind of do the weirder things, this is great.
Well, let me tell you something, Rage Cage. When I came onto the show and I first came in here, I noticed it was kind of missing something. But then I realized what I really was missing was inside me all along. And you helped me realize that. So I got you for 3 tracks. And I brought you 4. And we ain't going nowhere. Oh, yeah.
Well, I gotta say, Rican, you brought it. I told you to bring 4, and you brought 4, and you brought them all on, and it was glorious. It was a great time, and you did not disappoint, and you didn't disappoint the crowds. I can guarantee you that. You can hear them cheering. You can hear them cheering really loud and clear for you for those 4 tracks you brought. And Segata Sanshiro, bless his soul up in space in the stars. He is forever in the memory, and you shall forever be in the memory of the folks that come and listen to VGMporium. So thank you, Last Rican, for coming in and presenting your wares.
Which reminds me, how much exactly am I getting paid? Like, this, are there benefits? You know, medical. Like,
hold on. Wait. Hold on. I got a list. Let me check. Okay, so I have price. I have you know, fees and coverages and all this stuff, and I have stuff on the list, and I don't got no coverages on this list.
Okay. So freelance work. Okay. Part of the course, you know. I mean, hey, look, at least you didn't do the whole, like, you know, oh, here's medical, but you got to play for dental and vision center. Oh! Real world problems, people. Adulting. 0 out of 10. 0 out of 10. Would not recommend.
Oh, boy. Well, hey, Commissioner Daryl, the Last Rican, tell folks, where can they find you? What are you doing?
Well, I wanted to do this proper on my own podcast, but I guess I should do it here. Unfortunately, I will no longer be commissioner. I am shutting the doors to the Fight Club. I enjoy everyone that's been on the show, yourself included, that's participated over the years. It's been about 2 years since I did that show. I think it's time to hang it up, but I will still be doing VGM podcasts just on a once a month thing.
Okay.
I will have more details about that in the future as I'm working out some kinks. I'm currently in the middle of trying to move, so. You can find me on Twitter at @GoRamSuperhero. I'm on Facebook. Most people that listen to this show will have me on Facebook. I have a YouTube channel, The Next Save Point. It's just nothing more than videos of me and my friends playing video games or doing tournament stuff. Some streaming videos I did. Other than that, I'm just a dad of 5 going on 6 who loves video games musics. I definitely enjoy your show.
Thank you.
Shout out to I just can give shout outs to Rhythm Pixels, Bedroth, Ed over at the VGM Embassy, the guys over at Game That Tune, which I will tell y'all right now, Game That Tune is not for children. Anyone else I'm forgetting? Volt Stream Synth Machine. I think I said that right. a VGM journey with Alex Messenger. You know, anyone in the VGM community, they're all great. Especially you, good sir. You know, this Emporium is awesome. So many things. Holy shit! Is that a signed copy of Star Gladiator? Just I just take this with me. You know.
Okay. Hey, you know, okay. I probably have a bunch of them. Probably in the basement somewhere with the ghouls. I try not to go down there too much. They did something that I didn't like very much. You know, we're okay.
Is that what that smell is?
Yeah, it's a little musty down there. Like I said, I don't open that door too many times, but sometimes it just kind of wafts up. But there might be more of those copies down there. So hey, that one's on the house. Take it.
Yeah. Thank you. You know, they go next to my copy of Star Gladiator that I actually have.
Oh, lucky you, sir.
You definitely have a good show here, sir.
Thank you again.
I cannot wait to see where you go in the future, but definitely use that topic, kaijus. But I think this is a part of the show where you, and I'm gonna do my little DX finger point, or NWO finger point. You take it away, good sir.
That I will. Thank you again, Daryl, the Last Rican, for bringing your over-the-top self into the shop and just bringing these just bombastic tunes. And as for the kaiju idea, I'll work on it. I can't guarantee it'll be anytime soon, but it's gonna come. It will happen. And before I go any further, I'd like to give my condolences to the end of the VGM Fight Club. It was a fun-ass show. And hey, who knows, maybe you could do quick pop-up matches in the future. You know, nothing too official, just backyard wrestling. But, you know, even though it's the end of the VGM Fight Club, it's not the end for the Last Rican. He has many shows that he is part of and that he mentioned, so definitely give him a check out. And speaking of checking it out, even though you're listening to the show right now, there is plenty of show for you to check out. I mean, I've got 65 episodes behind this one, and you can find them on all your favorite podcatchers such as Spotify, Apple, Google, Audible, Amazon, Spotify. Did I say Spotify? I already said Spotify already. Oh dear. What you must think of me. So, VGMporium, huh? I know where else you can check out VGMporium. On VGMporium.wordpress.com. That is where you can also find all the episodes, as well as all the links to the different social media, such as Twitter and Instagram, as well as the Discord, if you're interested in that. And hey, if you're feeling extra adventurous, why don't you check out all my social medias, you know, Rage Cage, RAYJKAYJ, at Twitter, Instagram, as well as on SoundCloud, where I post my original music. Speaking of which, this past Sunday, that would be March 26th, a good hour and 20 minutes of my music was featured on Nerd Noise Radio. A good majority of it original chiptunes with some covers thrown in. And so you can find Nerd Noise Radio on Spotify, Apple, you know, all your different podcatchers. And St. John, if you're listening, thank you again for featuring me on there. That was a huge surprise and it was really fun. So now, next week's episode is going to be really cool because this past Thursday, last Thursday actually, March 23rd, I went to this show called POW 11 at DNA Lounge in San Francisco. And this was kind of linked to GDC going on. And it was a show that was basically just dedicated to VGM, chiptune, just all that goodness. So, like, you know, folks like Button Masher, Animal Style, Danimal Cannon, Mega Ran were playing. BitShifter was going to play, but they tested positive for COVID, so they weren't able to make it. But my God, it was a fun time. And so this next week's episode is going to be a feature on all these artists. So definitely look forward to that because I'm pretty excited for it. So now I wish I could say I'd be launching off on a rocket into the stars like our great Segata Sanshiro, but unfortunately I am not that epic. So I will just bid you farewell and hope you check in next week. 追いかけるぞセガタ三四郎セガタ三四郎セガサタン四郎若者よ真剣に取り組んでいるものがあるか命がけで打ち込んでいるものがあるかセガサターンしろ指が折れるまで指が折れるまで刹那の快楽追い続けても虚しい余生が残るだけとことん極めぬ奴らには体に叩き込むぞセガタ三四郎セガタ三四郎セガサタン四郎
Well, that's like I went to Magfest.
Lucky you.
Man, look, dude, I'm only a 2-hour drive.
I know. I said lucky you.
But and they were playing what's it In the Bar, but it was like a cover of it. And somebody that I guess they never played Streets of Rage 2 was like, "Yo, this is like the dope." And I'm like, "This is In the Bar." They're like, "Yeah, we're in the bar." I was like, "No, the track is called In the Bar. It's from Streets of Rage 2. You uncultured fool."